Hi, I'm Caitlin Classing, and this is the third training vlog for Etc., aka Pops. And this month we are going to talk a little bit about getting him off the farm for his first little field trips. So this is his first off-property adventure. I think it's important to note that before we take the horses off the property, we want to make sure that they have a really good understanding of our aids. We want to make sure that they're understanding to go forward from our leg, stop from our hand. This is for a few reasons. The first is that we want to make sure that when we get somewhere new, it's normal for a young horse to be a little overwhelmed, but we want to make sure that we have the tools that we need to ride them through it. And we also talk a lot about pressure and release in training horses. And there's kind of two kinds of pressure that we can put on. The first is internal pressure from our aids, leg and hand, and the next is external pressure, which would be taking them somewhere new. So if they haven't experienced any form of pressure from us as riders, if we take them somewhere new, then they could get a little bit unconfident and insecure in their surroundings, and also unconfident and insecure in what our expectations are. So when we get somewhere new, you can see we have Pops here with a buddy. But I like to get on and right away make sure that we establish that the rules here are the same as they are at home. They have to go forward, they have to listen, and it's not really any different. Now you can see we start to jump, we play a little follow the leader, and we start quite small, so there Pops wants to look, and we don't really panic him, but we do want to make sure that he keeps focused on what we're asking him to do and keeps his feet moving. We don't want to use adrenaline to get him over the jumps, but we do want to make sure that he's thinking and learning about what we're asking him to do. And then from there, I think we move on and do maybe a little bit of a bigger jump. We do this one again. Yeah, until he's confident moving forward from my leg over the jump. And you can see his confidence grows, even though he had a little bit of a hesitation the first time. And here he's going to hesitate again, keep his feet moving, keep him thinking, and then it's still a small enough jump that he can just step over it. And then his confidence starts to grow and we canter. I do normally like to start in trot for the little guys. It's just a way to make sure that we can keep riding them forward. And right now his canter isn't really broke enough to sort of compress and ride forward. But now once he's got the idea, then we kind of start cantering down to the jumps. And he's grown in confidence as we go. So we did a few of the solid fences, and this first cross-country school isn't so much about the jumps, it's more about getting him off the property and keeping him confident, but because he stayed pretty relaxed throughout all of that, we're going to try some of these, what we call jumps without height, so banks, ditches, water. And you can see him and his buddy again, they're going to play a little follow the leader. But he's really quite good about the ditches and the banks. There we want to make sure when we're coming to the fences without height that they know that something's coming, so we're riding that leg-to-hand connection to let them know that they need to be paying attention. And then finding a way, especially down that drop there, you can see that we lengthen the reins, but we don't drop the connection because that gives them a little bit of security. We have them sort of locked in between our leg and our hand. And then he does a little ditch and a little log, and really very good. I was really happy with him. He was not as big a fan of the water, and you can see here we've gotten him in, and now as we turn around to go back in, he's a little hesitant again, so we'll put him back in the water and then kind of trot a circle just to make sure that we're not leaving the water before he's confident about it's nothing different, it's nothing too exciting. And then he finishes, and hopefully by the time they're done, they've grown in confidence. And we like to make sure, it can be really tempting, especially we're at a venue called the Vista, which has a lot of little jumps. It can be tempting to go and try and jump all of them. But instead we want to make sure that we're finishing with confident, happy horses that have learned that going somewhere new isn't anything to be worried about.